So I wanted to rebuttal a crypto hater. It'd be easier for me to read it instead of writing a response to him. So he just doesn't understand crypto. I'm going to go through this as fast as I can. 2 things to consider, he says, about Bitcoin and crypto in general. He says, it's not legal tender. What does that have? Okay, what does that have to do with the fact that I buy it over here and it shoots up, right? From 15,000 to 45. We haven't even had the halving yet. We're looking at 100,000 plus a coin. Then I cash out, I pay off debts, and I buy a car cash, and I don't have a car payment now, and you're over here angry. Your ability to identify an opportunity sucks, and you're not going to become wealthy unless you fine-tune that. I'm fine-tuning that. I've been working on it over the last decade. When rates dropped to all-time lows, I did time the housing market. I timed the bottom of the stock market in 2020. I also timed the top in 2021. The Fed told you what they were going to do. The Fed's also telling you now that they're cutting interest rates. Bitcoin runs inverse the dollar, and that's what happened right here. We cut interest rates, and there was a Bitcoin halving. All right, and we exploded. The same thing's happening in about 2 months. They're cutting interest rates. Then we're going to have 3 times this year. Then we're going to have the crypto halving. What's the crypto halving? Bitcoin halving. Every 4 years, there's miners. So there is labor backed by Bitcoin. Digital labor. It costs money to mine it and create it. It is backed by something. That's one of the many things it's backed by. On top of its fantastic utility, due to the fact that I can send $1 billion overseas like that with no one else involved. I can travel with $1 billion anywhere in the world. I can't do that with US dollars. They'll put me in handcuffs if I go to the airport with 100 grand. If I have a bar of gold, they will take it from me. If I go to South America, the customs, it's probably not going to make it through there, right? On countries that don't have as much security and are more corrupt than the US. So every 4 years, miners are responsible for $1 billion in selling a month. They have to sell Bitcoin that they mine to cover electricity costs. So that's responsible, like I said, for about $1 billion a month in selling. When the reward is cut in half, there's half as much selling. So buyers wait for the halving to jump in. So buying goes up, what, tenfold? And then the selling's cut in half. So what does that do to the price? Can you imagine if there's something out there that you know when it's going to go up, that moves in a cycle, and when to invest in it? The people that post articles about it dropping, they're stupid. They don't understand it. They're not very smart, and they're not educated. I'm not going to say they're stupid. It just makes me mad. Let me take that back. They're not educated. You're not educated, which is why you're bashing it. And if you'd read a book on it, you'd be like, oh my God, this is the most amazing thing in existence. It can't be edited. It can't be deleted. No, you cannot take it down. The U.S. can make it illegal. Doesn't matter. You can still have it offshore in cold storage. That doesn't affect it. I can go to Panama. I can go anywhere. I can travel with as much money as I want. I can pull it off onto exchange, sell it for that currency in that country, have it sent to that bank account, take it out, or use it as legal tender all over South America. BRICS is about to be adopting it. That's half the world, and more countries are coming into BRICS every single month. BlackRock is about to be putting coming out with a spot ETF, as well as many other institutions. Do they think it's scams and that it's just for drug use, right? And kidnappers and illegal activities? No, the US dollar is used for that, and you can't track it. You can't track the US dollar. You can track Bitcoin, all right? So we're talking about the market cap of 800 billion. We've got about $1 trillion waiting to go into with all these institutions buying up Bitcoin. Then retail investors, there's probably, another $1 trillion right there. Then the Saudis talking about putting $1 trillion in. Then all the countries using it as legal tender. The market cap could go up 5-fold. You suck at identifying an opportunity. You're horrible at it. And you need to hear that because it's affecting you. You hate making money. That's what it sounds like. What you're saying is, I hate making money. I hate it, so I'm going to be biased, and I'm not going to invest in it just because I don't like it. It's like, what? It's not legal tender. Still hasn't been adopted as a primary currency. Means you can't go to the supermarket or retail stores. What does that matter? I invest in gold and silver, and I can't. Okay, and actually, you can't actually pay for anything with it. What it's used for instead, you might ask? Well, it's funny. That's a funny one because as of yet, it appears it's only used for one purpose, and that's not to pay for any basic necessities. Well, I don't need it for basic necessities. I do it for business deals too. It's only used to invest with. No, it's not. Okay? And what does it matter? Again, what does that matter if it goes from 15,000 to 44 and we haven't had the halving? More than doubled your money. You missed out. You should be pissed off at yourself and looking to educate yourself. I just did. I'm just basically, this information I just gave you, you do whatever you want with it now. And you could do a lot with it. Many YouTubers are now calling out Bitcoin for its massive lack of functional buying power utility. Yeah, for views. Now, to make matters worse, it used to be completely anonymous. Well, now, it used to be completely decentralized and anonymous. Okay, well, what does that matter? I'm not doing anything illegal with it. And people that do want it to be secret, they can get into Bitcoin. They can then send it over to another exchange and convert it into Monero or another currency. They have ways around that. And then it isn't tracked anymore. So, yeah, I mean, in a way, it is. But why do I care? Again, I'm not doing anything illegal. I bought it, and I buy low and I sell high, just like anything else. You hate making money. Again, that's all I hear. Now you have to identify yourself directly to the crypto exchange platforms such as Coinbase, Exodus, Binance, Kraken, to name just a few. So that doesn't stop me from sending $1 million overseas, right, at the touch of a button, or traveling with all my money. So you're basically using a currency which A, isn't really used as a primary source of income once you take it off the blockchain and into the real world. B, where you get basically none of the original privacy. Who cares? Who gives a crap? I invest in it low, and it goes up, and I sell it and make money, which fiat I can buy stuff with. It's about increasing my fiat net worth. What do you not get about this, dude? I've always felt on the fence because you don't understand it, or slightly worse about Bitcoin. Okay, you can invest in QQQ, which you won't make anything on, and it's going to drop probably 40% over the few years. And sheer amount of finance news articles covering a report. Yeah, these people are covering a report on its latest plummeting crash. Yes, after the halving, then it crashes. Yet on top of all that, you ask me virtually every YouTuber and social media influencer in finance and out, virtually anyone who gets people listening for digital passive income living, quotation marks, who has their head screwed on straight. Right, if they agree with you, the wrong people, you're in the pool of wrong people. So even if it rips up and you're wrong, then everyone who was for it was wrong and you're still right? Dude, come on, man. Had their heads screwed on the right way will tell you simply different ways. Which way is that? I'd love to hear it. Bring them on there and let them debate me. And why don't we have you on? You don't know what you're talking about. Find your best basher. Let's pull them on here. What are we talking about? You're wrong. It exploded every halving. And it tells you when to get in and when to get out. It's not like it's a theory. It happens every 4 years. You're wrong. There's no argument here. It's a fantastic investment vehicle. The late Charlie Munger, who is still alive, called Bitcoin evil. Yeah, every old person does who doesn't understand it. They don't understand technology. By the way, let's take a look at this. Oh no. Years after calling Bitcoin rat poison, Warren Buffett just invested $1 billion into a crypto-friendly bank. Oh, goodness. Called Bitcoin evil. In reference to it being, quotation marks, good for kidnappers, in quotations. We all know exactly. Yeah, that's what the US dollar's used for, buddy. Tony Casey, the health, another idiot that I don't care about who doesn't understand and call it dead end. So whether you're looking to find, listen to this, whether you're looking to finance gurus or beyond, no, it's about you having the mental capacity and ability and being capable of identifying and being able to listen and judge, hear a whole bunch of views. Listen to people that bash it, listen to people that are for it, and being able to form your own opinion. Now, when you form your own opinion and you put money behind it, there's no postmodernism here. Just because you believe you are right doesn't mean you will. When it comes to numbers, you're right or you're wrong. We're in the real world. So if you put your money to work and it doesn't pay off, then you are wrong. If you right? If you don't believe it was a good investment and you didn't invest in it and it went up, you're wrong. If I believe it's a good investment and I nail the halving every time, I'm right. So who's really right here? Okay, it depends on where you buy. If you're not educated, then it's like overall it's higher. So anyone who bashes it is wrong. It's been fantastic. It has utility. It is backed by labor. Right? There's electricity costs. So whether you're looking to finance or beyond, the number of influential people out there who are becoming wary of crypto is on the rise. They've been wary since the start, and it went from 1/9 of a cent to 44,000, dude. Mind you, my $10 experiment, listen to this, get this. Invest in XRP. That is a scam and crap. It's not going to do anything, XRP, and that has nothing to do with Bitcoin. You cannot edit Bitcoin. All right, you can just mint. I'm not positive on this. A lot of cryptos are tokens, not currencies. You can mint a new supply out of thin air, cutting the price, which dilutes the price. My $10 experiment, quotations in quotations, investment of XRP seems to have only gone down. Okay, that's right. Crypto's a scam. You were right. You invested in the wrong one, and then it doesn't. But then Bitcoin's exploding. Again, you just don't know what you're doing. I'm sorry to say it. You just don't know what you're doing. You need to start following someone that does know what they're doing. Seems to have only gone down. But you won't, because you just have to be right even though you're wrong. It's like you're delusional and you're stuck in this one place. It's like I have friends like this. They're like, crypto, and they act like you're an idiot. And you're like, what are you talking about, dude? I'm the idiot? I'm the idiot. It just went from 15,000 to 44, where we could potentially head to 100 grand plus. And I'm the idiot. You're the idiot. You hate making money. You refuse to educate yourself. Stubborn. Delusional. Right? And your ego's keeping you from making any money. You can't say, wow, looks like I was wrong. Like, how? I don't understand this. If I came into this negative and it exploded and it did it every halving, I'd be like, oh my gosh, I was wrong. I definitely don't hate making money. I'm going to buy it right before the next halving, and I'll sell it, start scaling out 6 months to a year after it. Because I like to make money. Glad I didn't put more than 10 in. It was definitely an eye-opening experiment. You're in it for like 2 seconds. Dude, you don't know. You are really confused. So after watching this video, let's say there's a crypto halving, which is going to happen in April. It could pick up steam a couple months after that. If it explodes into the end of 2024, I bet you'll still say that people that are for it are wrong, even though you're wrong. It's kind of like talking to a wall. So maybe I educated you a little bit here. This is the best thing out there. It's capped at 21 million. There's money flying into it. You're having BlackRock, Fidelity, Schwab, Cathie Wood, ARK Invest. We can go on forever. I'm pretty sure State Street as well, all applying for a spot ETF. So it seems like they think it's great. Also, Warren Buffett, Charlie M's right-hand man, or Warren Buffett's right. Yeah, the guy you were talking about. So also, last thing I'll say here, the CEO of JP Morgan, and this has happened with a lot of other CEOs of banks and other institutions that bash Bitcoin. They were actually buying it after they would bash it and it would fall through subsidiaries offshore and other businesses and LLCs that they owned on behalf of their bank. So they're playing you. And I'm sitting back here like, no, I don't buy it. You're just not in it yet and you're mad. Guess what? I was right. I've been listening to this crap for years and they've been wrong every time. If they bash it over and over and it explodes every time after they've bashed it, why am I going to be like, see, they said it's wrong? It's like, well, they were wrong. They're saying it's bad. What? How do you not see this? Okay, JP Morgan to buy Bitcoin on behalf of BlackRock's ETF. Right? So all the smart people aren't getting in it, even though I'm right every single halving. And it's inarguable. So, hope this helps. But I had to come on here to bash you. I'm sorry.